Welcome to the 5-Minute Podcast for Musicians. I'm Craig Kelley, your host from GigFaster.com. And today we're going to look at how to book gigs using follow-up emails. Okay, so today we're going to look at booking gigs using follow-up emails. And if you haven't noticed, as a big email marketer and just content generator, I love to talk about this subject because it's just, I just think people don't understand how successful you can be with this. And this is the way to contact venues now. Email is the way to book gigs. So today I wanted to give you three things you can do, three tips that you should write down and follow whenever it comes to booking gigs using email. And number one is never change the subject line of the follow-up. This might seem, I don't know, most people might not even think about this. Like when they think of sending an email sequence. Now, an email sequence is a group of emails that you send to the same recipient. So in our case, for booking gigs, you're going to look at the introducatory email, the intro email, where you introduce yourself. You're going to look at 5 or more follow-ups. So it depends, 3 to 5 follow-ups. So let's just say it's 6 emails. So you got a sequence of 6 emails. And it's not like you don't send them every day too. We'll get into that a little bit. But the first thing is never change the subject line in the follow-up. So whenever you send your first initial email, whatever that subject is, the only thing that should differ for all the remaining emails is you should have that RE right in front of the subject line, because it looks like a reply, and it kind of is, but you're actually replying to everybody. You're replying to yourself and them. Just make sure that the email gets sent to them. But this does a couple things. One thing is it kind of catches their attention. It's like, wait, what is this? This is a reply to my email. It's kind of tricky, but not really. But it gets their eye, because you know how that is. And number 2 is if they, when they finally read it, they can be read your follow-up email, but then they also have the chain that they can read. So they know exactly where you come from, what you've been trying to ask them or tell them in the previous emails, and it's all right there. So it's really crucial that you don't change the subject line whenever you do that. Now, number 2 is you need to follow up. I talk about follow-up all the time within 3 to 5 days after your first email. You have a sequence of emails. You don't schedule them for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You have to follow up at the proper times. And I kind of alluded to this in my last podcast that we have new product coming out with that timing sequence. So it'll tell you exactly when you should be sending your emails, which days and all that stuff. So it might already be out by the time you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube. But within 3 to 5 days, if you don't get a reply from the venue or record label, or if you're trying to get press, promoting your band, whoever, that's when you're going to want to send a follow-up email 3 to 5 days after your initial email. As in step number 1, keep the subject the same. Just add that RE colon, and then your subject line, so that it's all in the same chain and all that stuff. So, and the last thing is you have the whole sequence. Now, most of the time you're not going to get a reply on the first email. I am going to share with you that link. If the product's available, I'll have the link in the description, and it should be by this time. My most successful introductory email that gets the highest response rate. So, but if you don't get anything after 6 emails, okay, at that point, don't beat a dead horse. That's number 3. Don't all right, you've already run the gamut of this. Give it a break. Give it usually that takes, your whole sequence should take you at least like 5 or 6 weeks. So after that, give it a rest. Give it like 6 months, maybe even give it a year. It seems like a long time, but it goes by quickly. And what you're doing is you move on to the next club. Keep going. You just got to keep going, because before you know it, you have all these people in the pipeline. So keep your subject the same. Make sure you follow up within 3 to 5 days after your first email. And if you've run the email sequence, don't beat a dead horse. Just keep it. Wait another 6 months to a year before you contact them again. And if you need contact information, if you need, if you can do all this is kind of the GigFaster method built directly into GigFaster. So you can just submit right through us if you want. And we have the venues, we have the record labels, and we also have the music promoters, the music bloggers, reviewers. So anyway, go to gigfaster.com for that. I'm Craig Kelley, your host from gigfaster.com, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.